Hello everybody. I'm here with the most terrifying paranormal videos caught on camera that will make your blood freeze. So turn off the lights and get under your blankets because it's going to get spooky. First, we have to look at this footage from a home security camera. This is one of the scariest things I've ever seen. You can see in the middle of the night a shadow figure creeps across the lawn. It starts walking up the driveway and then suddenly turns around and walks away, but that's not the part that scares me. Take a look at the side of the house. There is a second figure standing on the roof looking down. This person spying on their neighbor? What were they looking at? Why does it look like they're melting into the shadows? Next, we have to look at this CCTV footage. It was recorded outside the shop of a takeaway in England. The employees had just finished setting up for the day. But when they reviewed the footage later on, they saw something strange. You can see a white van pull up outside the store. A man gets out and he's holding a big black duffel bag. He then opens up the back of the van and loads the bag inside. But what's inside the bag? Well, soon enough, we'll find out. The man then gets back in his vehicle and drives away. But this is where things get crazy. Later on in the day, one of the employees went to take out the trash. When they opened up the bin, they found a human hand inside. And no, it wasn't a Halloween prop. They called the police, and they confirmed it was a real human hand. But how did it get in the trash cans? Did the man in the white van drop it? Or did he stash it there earlier knowing that someone would find it? Either way, this is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. Moving on, we have to look at this footage from South Carolina. You can see two people hiking in the woods. It looks like it's the middle of the day, and everything is fine. But all of a sudden, they notice something strange in front of them. A tent has appeared in the middle of the forest. It doesn't look like it was there before. Now they have to make a decision. Do they go inside the tent, or do they run away? That's when one of the girls goes inside. She says she felt compelled to. But after a few seconds, she comes back out and they start running. That's when you hear a voice from inside the tent saying, "Bye." Was this the scariest thing you've ever heard? Let me know in the comments below. Next, we have to look at this haunted house footage. This video was taken in an abandoned home in Texas. It was uploaded by a group of paranormal investigators. As you're about to see, they were investigating if the home was haunted. They set up cameras all over the place to capture anything that happened overnight. And boy, did they capture something scary. In the middle of the night, you can see a full shadow figure walk across the room. You can see it clearly. It looks like a man in a trench coat, but then suddenly he disappears into thin air. Moving along, let's look at this creepy footage. It was uploaded by a hiker who wanted to remain anonymous. He was exploring the woods near his town when he came across a cabin. Looked like it had been abandoned for many years. Then he noticed something very strange. A rocking chair was moving by itself on the porch. That's when he started recording. But this is where things get crazy. As he approached the cabin, he said he could hear footsteps inside. That's when he ran away. But he told the local news he'd never go back. Why? Well, he believes the cabin is haunted. Moving on, we have to look at this video from a Ring doorbell camera. It was posted by a woman named Stephanie. She lives in South Carolina. But one night she got a notification from her Ring doorbell camera. It told her that motion had been detected, so she checked the footage later on. And this is what she saw. It looks like her porch light had turned on by itself, and it scared away whatever was out there. But many commenters thought it looked more like a bird. But honestly, I don't know. What do you think it is? A bird or something else? Moving on, we have to look at this ghost photo. This photo was uploaded by a Reddit user who wanted to remain anonymous. He was playing baseball with his friends one day when they noticed something strange. Behind home plate, they noticed what looked like a transparent figure standing there. At first, they thought it was a fan standing too close to the camera. But then they checked the photo on their phone, and this is what they saw. There's a transparent baseball player standing behind home plate. He looks like he's wearing a vintage baseball uniform. But how long has he been standing there for? Moving on, we have to look at this footage from inside a Walmart store. This video was uploaded by an employee who wanted to remain anonymous. He was working the night shift when he noticed something strange moving in the reflection of a TV screen. That's when he started recording. It looks like the store is empty. But when he looks closer at the reflection, he can see a shadowy figure walking past him. He tries to investigate further, but whatever it is seems to disappear. Some believe it could be a ghost. But honestly, I'm not sure. Next, we have to look at this footage from a home security camera. These homeowners couldn't believe what they were seeing. Looks like a strange white mist is creeping across their lawn. But this is where things get crazy. When they checked the footage from earlier in the day, they saw that nothing was there. But what was there later on was a huge spider. It looked like a tarantula, and it had created this web. How could they get rid of it? Next, we have to look at this scary video from Bulgaria. It was filmed by a hiker who came across a church in the middle of the mountains. It looks ancient, and it's very dilapidated. But when he started recording, that's when things got scary. You can see and hear the wind blowing, but he suddenly hears something else, a knock. He describes it as someone knocking the body of a spaceship against the iron sheets covering the roof. But what was it? Well, it's unknown. But some think it could have been metal thieves. Finally, we have to look at this footage from inside a haunted house. This video was posted by the Ghost Adventures team. They were investigating the Goldfield Hotel in Nevada, said to be one of the most haunted hotels in America. One of the scariest parts of the hotel is room 33. That S because a maid was murdered there in the 1970s. The Ghost Adventures team decided to spend the night in the room, but they soon regretted it. They started hearing chains dragging metal moans, and then they saw something scary. One of the team members was levitating in bed. That's right. He was being lifted up by an invisible force. But now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Comment below which of these was the most scary. If you want to see my short videos, check out my other content. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Let's subscribe to the channel.